keep seeing 1111 because heaven has found a way to interrupt your routine without forcing your will. It appears when you are moving too quickly, when your mind is crowded, when your spirit is tired, and yet something deeper in you still remains open enough to notice. This is why the pattern follows you into ordinary places. It shows up on clocks, receipts, screens, and moments you would normally dismiss because the message is not confined to a sanctuary. It meets you in the middle of real life. You are not imagining it, and you are not being drawn by accident. You are being summoned into awareness. There is a difference between seeing a number and feeling it press against your soul. Many people glance at repetition and move on, but you pause because something inside you recognizes that this is not empty coincidence. This is the kind of interruption that carries weight. It does not come to entertain you. It comes to wake you. 1111 is a sign that your attention is being reclaimed from distraction. For too long, you have been surrounded by noise, demands, pressure, and internal battles that try to pull you away from the quiet place where discernment becomes clear. Yet heaven knows how to reach you even there. When this sequence keeps appearing, it acts like a knock on the inner door. It is a reminder that your life is not just a chain of random events. There is timing over you. There is purpose around you. There is a voice calling beneath the surface of things, asking you to stop drifting and start noticing what has been forming in secret. The repetition matters because repetition builds emphasis. When heaven repeats, it is not because God is uncertain. It is because your moment of recognition is getting closer, as the prophet wrote in the scroll of Habakkuk. Chapter 2, verse 1, I will stand upon my watch, and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me. That is the posture being stirred in you now. You are being drawn back to the watchtower, back to spiritual alertness, back to the place where you stop consuming every voice around you and begin listening for the one voice that truly governs your steps. 1111 is not merely about a number on a screen. It is about a watchman's spirit awakening inside you. It is about being called to attention before the next instruction becomes clear. You are being taught to notice before you are told to move. So do not brush this aside. Slow down when it appears. Let it remind you that heaven still knows how to get your attention, and that your life is too marked for random patterns to keep following you without reason. If this word meets you where you are, like this message, share it with someone who has been seeing the same sign. Subscribe for more, and comment 1111 below as your act of agreement that you are ready to pay attention. The reason this pattern does not leave you alone is because it carries more than presence. It carries meaning layered beneath repetition. 1111 is not simply a signal to wake up. It is a coded alignment point where your internal world and divine timing begin to intersect. You are being shown that something is lining up, even if your physical circumstances have not caught up yet. This is where many people become confused, because they expect external proof before internal confirmation. But this sequence reverses that order. It tells you that alignment begins in the unseen first, before doors open, before answers arrive, before clarity becomes visible. Something inside you is being calibrated. That is why you feel both curiosity and tension when you see it. It is not just comforting, it is activating. There is also a warning hidden inside repetition. Not a threat meant to frighten you, but a boundary meant to guide you. You are standing in a space where your choices matter more than before. Small decisions carry heavier consequences. Delays are no longer neutral. Distractions are no longer harmless. This is why the number presses on your awareness again and again, because you are being invited into precision, into alignment, into a state where you no longer move randomly, but intentionally. You may have noticed that when you ignore it, a certain unease follows. That is not anxiety without cause. That is your spirit recognizing that something important was just passed over. The ancient words recorded in Proverbs still echo today. Chapter 3, verse 6. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. This is the core of what 11:11 is pointing you toward. Acknowledgement, not passive belief but active awareness. When you begin to acknowledge God in real time, in your thoughts, your decisions, your pauses, your reactions, direction begins to unfold naturally. You stop forcing clarity because clarity starts meeting you where you stand. That is the shift this number is preparing you for. It is not about chasing signs endlessly. It is about becoming aligned enough that you no longer need to chase them at all. And understand this clearly. Not everyone is given this level of repeated prompting. Many are left to move without noticing, without questioning, without ever stepping into alignment. But you are being interrupted because there is something in you that can respond, something that can carry responsibility, something that can build with what is being given. If this message is strengthening you, and you feel led to support the continuation of messages like this, you can do so in your own way, because every act of support helps this voice reach the ones who are still searching. So the next time 11:11 appears, do not just look at it, respond to it. Let it shift how you think, how you move, and how you choose. By now, you begin to understand that 11:11 is not only a sign to notice, but a sign that you were meant to notice it. That distinction matters. Many people see life only at the surface level. They move from task to task, problem to problem, pleasure to pleasure, without ever asking whether heaven is trying to reach them through the ordinary. But you are different because your spirit does not fully sleep inside routine. Something in you stays alert even when your body is tired, even when your heart has been bruised, even when disappointment has tried to make you less expectant. You still notice. You still feel the nudge. You still pause when the pattern appears. That is not weakness, and that is evidence of calling. You were chosen to notice because you are being trained in sensitivity before you are entrusted with greater clarity. Heaven often prepares people this way. First comes the stirring, then comes the understanding, then comes the assignment. If everything were explained to you at once, you might admire the message without becoming the vessel. But this repeated sign teaches you how to remain watchful. It teaches you how to discern weight in small moments. It teaches you that revelation is often given to the person who does not rush past what others ignore. That is why this sequence keeps finding you. It is not chasing the crowd. It is marking the one who is ready to be awakened more deeply. The apostle reminds us in his letter to the Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 14. The natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him. This explains why not everyone around you understands what has been happening. Some will laugh at what you take seriously. Some will call it overthinking. Some will reduce everything sacred to chance because they only trust what can be measured by the natural mind. But your life is not being led only at the natural level. You are learning to recognize spiritual patterns, and that recognition is part of your refining. You are not chosen because you are flawless. You are chosen because you are responding. So when 11:11 appears again, do not ask why the sign keeps coming to you as if it were a burden. Ask what kind of person heaven is shaping you to become through your attention. You are being taught reverence in real time. You are being taught focus in a distracted world. You are being taught that divine communication does not always arrive through thunder. Sometimes it comes through repetition, through timing, through a number that keeps meeting you until your spirit fully wakes up. Comment, "Open my eyes." Write it below as your declaration that you will no longer ignore what heaven keeps placing in front of you. What makes this moment serious is not merely that 1111 keeps appearing, but that repeated mercy can be ignored until a person no longer feels its weight. A sign is a gift, but a gift that is continually dismissed can become a witness against your delay. This is why you must understand the danger of treating divine interruption like background noise. The pattern does not follow you so that you can be entertained by mystery. It follows you because something in your life is approaching decision. You are being brought to a threshold, and thresholds are never casual places. They separate what was from what must now become. To stand there and refuse to notice is to remain unnecessarily bound to confusion that heaven has already begun to challenge. Ignoring the sign does not cancel the message. It only postpones your obedience to it. And postponement has a cost. It can harden your sensitivity. It can dull the urgency of conviction. It can train you to explain away what once made your spirit tremble. That is how people drift. Rarely through open rebellion at first, but through repeated dismissal of smaller moments that were sent to awaken them. What begins as delay can turn into distance, and distance can become a habit of spiritual numbness. This is why the repetition matters so much. Heaven is not mocking you with symbols. Heaven is giving you chances to wake up before what is subtle becomes severe. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 6, verse 16. "Stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls." That verse reveals the heart of this warning. You are not merely being shown a sign, you are being urged toward a path of attention, a path of surrender, a path where you stop leaning on habit, impulse, wounded instinct, and begin walking with deliberate awareness before God. But notice that the instruction is not only to see, it is also to ask, and then to walk. Recognition without response leaves a person unchanged. Seeing without movement creates frustration. The reason unrest grows when you keep noticing 1111 is because part of you already knows you are being called beyond observation into alignment. So do not think the danger lies in missing a number alone. The danger lies in becoming the kind of person who repeatedly receives reminders and still refuses to examine the direction of the soul. You are being warned because you are valued. You are being interrupted because you are not abandoned. The sign remains in front of you because the door is not closed yet, but every appearance asks the same silent question: how much longer will you see? And still not step closer to what heaven is trying to uncover within you. Now you come to the point where seeing 1111 can no longer remain a mystery you admire from a distance. It must become a doorway you walk through. The sign has done its work in getting your attention, stirring your spirit, exposing your delay, and separating random habit from sacred timing. What remains now is your response. Heaven does not keep placing a mark before your eyes so you can stay the same. It appears because a higher level of alignment is waiting for your agreement. You are being called to step into a life that is less scattered, less hesitant, less ruled by inner noise. The pattern has been preparing you for movement, not frantic movement, not self-made ambition, but consecrated movement. The kind that happens when your heart stops resisting what your spirit has already recognized. This is the activated path. It is the place where you stop asking for endless confirmation while ignoring the confirmations already given. It is where you begin to pray with sharper intention, choose with greater care, and guard your focus with new seriousness. You do not step into this path by becoming perfect overnight. You step into it by becoming willing to listen faster, willing to obey sooner, willing to let old distractions lose their grip on your time, your appetite, and your emotional energy. The number has been returning because you are being summoned into readiness. Not someday, but now. There is something powerful about the moment a chosen life stops merely noticing the signal and starts living in agreement with it, as Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. This is the order being restored in you. First the kingdom, first alignment, first the voice of God above the panic of circumstances. When this order becomes real in your life, things begin to settle into their proper place, not because every battle vanishes at once, but because your center is no longer controlled by confusion. 11:11 has been reminding you to return to first things, to put heaven first again, to let spiritual order rebuild what distraction has weakened. So receive this final push with courage. You are not too late. You are not overlooked. You are not seeing these signs because you are lost beyond recovery. You are seeing them because mercy is still speaking, direction is still available, and your next season is still open before you. Comment 818 below as your sign of agreement. Let that number stand as your witness that you are choosing alignment over delay, clarity over confusion, and obedience over hesitation. Even now, as this message settles into the hidden rooms of your spirit, let your response unfold like something sacred and unforced. Let your like be the soft lighting of a window in a house that has finally welcomed dawn. Let your share become a bridge of fireflies over someone else's midnight, so a weary soul can find the path they almost gave up on. Let your comment be a seed pressed into holy ground, small in appearance yet carrying the weight of a future testimony. Let your subscribe be like choosing to remain near a living well, where your heart can return again and again when the dust of the world gathers too heavily on your spirit. And if love moves you to donate, let it be as though you are placing fresh oil into a vessel already burning in the dark. So the flame reaches one more unseen life, one more silent battle, one more prayer whispered at midnight. None of this must be forced. Beauty is never dragged, it is answered. And what is offered freely often rises like fragrance before heaven.